Okay, so your enemies are trying to beat God before he blesses you. They go and they get these readings done on you, and then they crash out when the reader tells them certain things that's going to happen for you that's never going to happen for them, or they don't even know what's going to happen for them because they get readings done on you and not them. So what I heard off camera was that, and I wrote it down. Let's break it down like a pound so we can smoke it. Because y'all already know. It's Queen Boss Lady. Your motivational speaker. Do you hear me? Through your speakers. So this is what I heard when I got off camera, right? You could be somebody that is supposed to work with children or supposed to minister to children. And your family knew this. Your family knew this. A community of people knew this. And some of your friends knew this about you. And this is why I say they're trying to go before God even blesses you with this opportunity, because you don't even know that God is going to call you to do this. But they do. That's why they're going before you and calling you a child abuser, an unfit parent. You could be somebody that has always worked with children. You could be somebody that you're the one in the family that everybody drops their children off to babysit, to watch. But now that they know, you're going to be successful with working with children, like I said, maybe, not maybe, but you're going to be called to open up a daycare. You're going to be called to start a school for children or something like that. And these people are trying to go before God. And these are the same people that are the child molesters. Now let's go ahead and break this down like a pound, because then this goes to it goes to what I saw in the spiritual room last night. Okay? So they're trying to go before you even knew that you're supposed to do this or you're called to do this. They're trying to go before God. They're trying to go before you with these allegations, with these rumors, with this slander, right? They wanted you to always hold your head down, to always be insecure because of these allegations. They didn't want you to show your face. They literally wanted, it's like it's word magic. They wanted you to feel insecure about lies that was told on you. They didn't ever want you to step up to the position that God is calling you to step up to, or they wanted you to be insecure to step into the position that God is calling you to be in. They want you to be like, no, I don't want to start that daycare. Everybody's saying that I'm a child molester. Everybody's saying that I abuse kids. No, I don't want to start that school. No, I don't want to mentor children because everybody thinks that I'm a This is how they want you to be. And you're just not. You're just not. They are being proven to be the child molesters. They are being proven to be unfit. They are being proven to be mentally unstable. Before you knew, these dark witches, they knew because they go and get readings done on you. They go and get readings done on you. And they realize that you got a purpose that's bigger than them, better than them. They go before God. They beat God. And they go before God with the slandering and the lies before God can even give you this blessing. This is the weirdest shit. And they try to sabotage and ruin your reputation because, like I said, you could be somebody who is either you've worked with children all your life or you're being called to work with children. And you're being called to either minister to young teens or young women, or God wants you to have a school or something for young women or young children. I'm hearing daycare. This is why they are saying these things about you, because I heard off camera a lot of you is like, well, why are they saying these things about me? Like, what's the reason? This is the reason that you don't know that you're going to be called to a higher position, a more successful position, and they are trying to tear down your legacy before you even know that this is a part of your legacy. You starting a kid, you mentoring children. My phone go dead fast when I get online. When I go live, my phone go dead fast. So, but we just gone. They also want to punish you for being a good mother. They want to punish you for being a good mother. They don't like it. It shines light on their emptiness. It shines truth on how they really don't love children, how they really don't protect children. They may pretend like they do, but they really don't. They really don't care about children. The people in your family, your community, they really do not love their children. They use them for whatever they need them to be used for. A lot of these women use their children to get the man back. Call him, see where he at. They use their children to keep up with the man. Call him, see where he at, what he doing. Go with your daddy, just so, that child can be with their daddy and not bond and spend time and love. No, where y'all went? Y'all went to another girl house, da-da-da-da-da-da. Like the child, like, what? Yeah, we was at Amy's house and then Amy did it. That's not allowing no child to go and be with their father and be loved and taken care of. If you gotta ask specific deep questions like that, what woman they was talking to, did he go to a woman's house, and that's lame and weak, right? And these are those people that they want to punish you for being a good parent, right? Okay, so God is telling me to speak up on this, right? So the school called me. I've always been hands-on with my children's school, like hands-on PTO meeting. I'm going on the field trips. They have my personal number. If they have a problem, they call me. So the teacher called me and she said, I'm writing your daughter up because she's in the library and she has pulled up my baby daddy mug shots, and she's showing all her friends and she's praising this man. Look how many times my daddy done been to jail. Look what he been to jail for. My daddy got bodies. My daddy about that life. Mind you, when she calling me and telling me all this, I'm at work. And she's like, for her to be praising this man, is he in even her life? I said no. This is what punishment looks like for being a good parent. These children will literally sit up and praise the absent parent and don't give a fuck about the parent that decided to stay and take care of them. She said, I know I done spoke to you. You come to the school. I know you a good mother. That's why I'm calling you. She said, that don't make no sense that she's sitting up here praising this man like that. Showing everybody his mug shots. Showing everybody his charges. Showing everybody how he been in and out of jail. And he got bodies. And he a killer. And giving him the utmost respect. When he's never done anything but try to ruin our lives. But yet she was praising him like a god. She said, no, when you get off, or she asked, could we schedule a parent-teacher conference? And I did, you know, and we sat her down and we talked to her and things like that. But that's what it looks like. They don't praise you for doing good. They don't praise you for being the parent that stayed. They want to punish you for being the one that stayed. They want to punish you for being a good mother. They want to punish you for being a good father. And the teacher was like, no, we not having that. Don't pull up his mug shots no more in the library and prance him around and praise him around when you got a loving, caring mother right here that's hands-on with you. Done dressed you from head to toe. Make sure you got everything you need, your books, your supplies, everything. That's what it looks like when you have people with common sense supporting you in your parenting. That's what it looks like. Now, what I saw in the spiritual room last night, right? I had a friend of me, right? And in the spirit room last night, she was trying to convince me that she was someone that loved children. And she was babysitting my child, because when I came where they was, she was like, she was good. We just been sitting here chilling. They was sitting on the sofa. And she said she was good. We was just chilling and eating chips. And I was like, oh, okay. But I was confused. But I didn't see anything. I didn't like suspect anything. And my daughter was like 7 years old, 6 years old. She was like she was a baby again. So I was like, okay. When I rose up this rising, I said, okay, God, what that's about? He say, she's trying to wipe out your memory of what really happened, what really took place when your child was 6 months old and you got off work early and came home and caught her in front of my 6-month-old. Miss Shalinda Ann Ward, Shalinda Krosky, Shalinda Thompson. Came home from work, opened the door. She got my baby on the floor in her car seat. Her and the man, butt bald, in front of my 6-month-old. And now she want to come to me in the spirit room and act like, no, I love children. I protect children. I da-da-da-da-da. I da-da-da-da-da. And it's the same friend of me that when time passed, like I said, if you let these people back in your life, they'll make you to be the predator. They'll make you to be the one that's not to be trusted around children. This the black witch that's been in my life for years, but I cut her off 5 years ago. About 7 years ago. But we stopped talking after I came home from work and caught her fucking in front of my 6-month-old child. On the floor. They all on the floor. Now, if I would have said, no, go ahead and finish. Just give me a few $100s. And because I didn't say that and I went off, oh. She tried to flip the script and go off. I ain't finna tell her this and that. I ain't finna get too much in the story, but this the one. Come to me last night in the spirit room trying to wipe out my memory. So since you want to try to wipe out some memory, I'm gonna put it up here for the world to see. To stop playing with me. Don't step into my energy knowing that you crossed me, because I'm gonna cross your ass out. Then when the opportunity presented itself, she got a child now. Oh, I need somebody to watch my child for a few hours. I was like, I'll watch it for a few hours while you work. That's no problem. Just shoot me a few dollars. Oh, I have to ask my husband, is it safe when you're the child molester? Because had I would have not got off work early or came home early, who's to say you wouldn't have invited my 6-month-old in to what you was on the floor doing? These are those people that's really into that. But they want to make it seem like you into it. They want to point the finger at you. Like I say, these people know that you being called to a position that they ain't never gonna sit in. They ain't never gonna be in. And I'm just using that for an example. Would you hire, like God called you to open up a daycare, would you hire a friend like that in your daycare facility? God called you to open a school, would you hire that friend on? Knowing that you came home from work and caught her doing something like that in front of your 6-month-old? These people trying to go before God can bless you and hex you and curse you and smear your name and try to tear down your legacy. You don't even know God calling you to open up a daycare. You don't even know God calling you to be a teacher. You don't even know God calling you to minister to young women. But they know. Oh, they know. Because they get readings done on you so much. They don't know what's going on in their life. They don't know what's going on in their own life because they get so many readings done. So many readings done on you. Also, God may give you the money and the funding to open up a school for children. And these dark ass witches know. They know that. But they don't want you. They're going before you. And they doing all this weird sex magic on children and freaking in front of children. And then I heard God say, and they doing all of this because you are someone that can get in these positions when God tell you that door is open for you. And in their sick mind, they like, no, because who wants to have, a motivational speaker come and speak to the children in elementary or middle school and try to motivate them with these type of allegations? With everybody saying they do this and they do that to children. And then they sit back and laugh and they key. These are those parents that they sit down with their children and beat them across the head. I said, what's 5 + 3? And the child like 5. And they punch him in the fucking back of the neck. I said, what's 5? I remember going to my ex house and we was in the room talking and she was in there doing it. I almost screamed out the answer like, God damn. I can't function under this. I was like, I got to go. I can't. She ain't about to beat this fucking child. Well, she was beating him. Every time he got what's 5 plus 3 wrong. And they want to punish you because you the mother that put your hands up, hit 5, baby. And then you add 3. And you tell your child and you teach your child. And you give your child the answers. That's how your child learn. You show your child a method. You teach your child how to get the answer. If you're not teaching your child how to get the answer, how the fuck is they gonna know how to get it? Then they want to come to you in your dreams doing memory spells, trying to wipe out your memory so you won't remember they nasty, dirty, sewer stinking basura. Filthy, trifling asses. Oh, you remember. You remember. And they remember too. Just like you do. That it's not going to work. These people can praise these absent parents all they want to, and they can go and do all this work they want to and go and get readings done on you and then say, no, we don't want this person to have this position. No, we don't want this person to have this, and we don't want them to be the voice of mothers who survived their own family. Excuse me, spiritual burp. We don't want this person to be the voice of, the advocate for mothers that made it through their own family trying to take them out, their own children trying to wipe them out. Because they couldn't get the new pair of Nikes. They couldn't get the new purse. They couldn't order a new purse on your credit card, so now they wanna wipe you out. They wanna be like they daddy. They wanna live up to his expectations. They wanna have just as many mug shots as he got. They wanna have just as many charges as he got. They wanna have just as many bodies as he got. And ain't shit gangster about that. Cause baby, you the original. You the original G. I'm hearing. Cause bitch, I'm a G. I gotta eat on these streets, survive on these streets. I'm a uptown, yeah, we getting down. Shit's about to come around. I ain't heard that song in a long time. I don't even remember the lyrics to it. You the original OG. That's why you're not in these streets. Survive, you got to eat. And they mad, cause bitch, you a G. You the real G. Cause you see everybody going left, you go right. And that's what they want to be praised off of. And then they don't want you to have recognition for doing something positive in the community, but they want to be recognized and praised and worshipped for how many charges they got. And I know it's not just my daughter that does this stuff. It's a lot of young people that's into praising, mistreating, and abusing women and children for praise. And they'll quickly, or some of them won't quickly understand that ain't the way to go. That ain't what's fly. That ain't what's G. That ain't what's gangster. What's gangster is being the parent that stays. What's gangster is not going to jail in front of your kids. That's what's gangster. What's gangster is keeping your promise to your children, to your jits. That's what's gangster. Because I remember mine going to jail in front of me. And I remember how I felt as a little girl, my mama going to jail in front of me. And I said, when I was a little girl, I said, I'm never going to make my children feel this way. And I remember making myself that promise. I remember making why they trying to wipe out your memory. You remember what the hell you supposed to. You don't tote it around because you're not the bag lady. But when God tell you to go speak up on it, you do so. They mad because you healed from that trauma, that drama. These people ain't keeping their promises to themselves, their children, or their bloodline. Because since it happened to you, Miss Shalinda, you think it was okay to do it to my daughter. That's sick. And that's why I didn't go to jail that day. And I just held my baby in her arms and I just rocked her back and forth. And you told me, bitch, call that motherfucking job and tell him you ain't coming back no more. Because you ain't finna tell me when I can, in my house. And I say, I ain't telling you when you can do that. Why was you doing it in front of my 6-month-old? Because I promised myself. And unlike y'all, when I make promises to myself or my children, I don't break it. Because my loyalty means everything. And yours do too. These funky ass bitches know that. That's why they miss you. And they want to try to regain your loyalty by doing memory spells on you, trying to wipe out your memory. We do love children. These are the same frenemies that stabbed you in your back like this, but right now, they talking good on you. They was loyal. They was there for me because they don't want you to roll their dirty asses out. Roll them out. Roll them out. And roll them up. So we can smoke them. That fat, loud pack of what? They could never. They could never. Because you knew these people that's doing this. It was done to them when they was children and they know how it felt. For their mother to turn them against their auntie that ain't did nothing to them. Well, every time I'm at auntie house, we just have a good time. We bake cakes and... But now, your sister don't like you. So now she talking shit about you in front of her kids. Now how that's gonna work out? You trying to make these kids choose a side by doing that. Because you could have went and had that conversation somewhere else. Cause I know I do. When I have to get what? When I have to get a bitch together, I tell my kids, baby, y'all hold on 1 minute. Mommy gotta take a meeting. I can't spin around in my chair, y'all. Go way out my chair. Bitch, what the fuck you said? Bitch, good luck. Get out my face. And that was the old me still. Now I just laugh. I just laugh. But that was the old me. Like, I'm not finna sit up and run down. I should have. Because they get in your kid's ear, and the first thing they gonna do is talk down on you. The first thing they gonna do is talk down on you. Soon as they get the chance, soon as they get the opportunity, they gonna talk about the parent that stayed. Oh, I wasn't in your life because the whole time this man choosing not to be in your child life to punish you. Because he tell you, oh, if you want me to take care of my child, you give you some money, you gotta sleep with me for it. And you like, you know what? I'll go get me a job. Just like I laid down and made this baby, I'm finna stand on these 2 feet and stand up and take care of this baby. I won't be laying down with you for no money to take care of your own child. They'll say the child wasn't there the whole time. 30 on the clock. The whole time. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. They saying the baby not there. They talking shit about you. You crazy. You delusional. You a child. The whole time they family incest. Possessed. Distressed. Deteriorating. But they got money. They got money. So they looked up to in the hood. Because they got money. And when you got money, that gives you status. People don't look at, oh, his family incest. People don't look at, oh, this nigga don't take care of his kids. They look at this nigga riding on fucking 36s and blowing money and having any woman he want. They don't hold a nigga with some money accountable. Because especially these bitches, because they just trying to get some more money out of them. You think these bitches care that he incest? No, they trying to possess some of that money he got. They trying to ride on these 36s with him. You think they finna sit up here and go against him if he don't want to take care of his child? You think these loose neck basudas about to tell him that ain't right? You should take care of your child. No, they're gonna agree with him. They gonna tell him, I bet not catch you over there. Or it's gonna be smoke in the city. Then these children praising and giving standing ovations and respect to men that never bought them a goddamn pair of shoes, a pair of diapers, wipes. That's who the respect go to. That's who the praises go to. Why? Because God is calling you to be something better. He's calling you to be the change that they don't want to see, that they don't want to have. Because they got status, they got money, so nobody's gonna talk about how they incest. Nobody gonna talk about that. Nobody gonna say nothing about it because they got money. Nobody gonna run down on these witches that's doing sex magic on children. And then I try to convince you that you the problem. When you step and you stand up for what's yours, and you stand up for what's right, and you put these dark ass witches in their place. Cause she sure came back and played in my face like I never came home and called her fucking in front of my 6-month-old. We was never supposed to be friends again, but sometimes you just gotta watch a bitch closely. Like they say, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. They think they playing you because you let them back in your space when really they the fucking target. They the target the whole time. Double jeopardy. Double judgment. How dare you do something and then try to come back in somebody's life and accuse them of the very thing that you've done and doing. Because you know you're never going to be in a position to help children. You know you're never going to be in a position to have a legacy. Because let me tell you something. When they go get these readings done, they crash out when they get a reading on themselves. And the reader tell them, yeah, bitch, you got karma coming. It's a storm right here. This nigga finna leave you. Yeah, this nigga finna leave you with all these damn kids. And Yeah, it was all fun shits and giggles when you was picking on other people, and yeah, you finna go broke right here. You finna have a money fucking problem. If they go to real readers, if they go to real spiritualists, yeah, you finna have a money problem. Remember when you got money, you had got all that money, and then the first thing you did was call every motherfucking body broke instead of showing them how to get some money. Yeah, God didn't like that. He didn't appreciate that. That was like a slap in the face to God. I have never understood that about women. Like, you get some money and the first thing you want to do is call another bitch broke. It doesn't make sense to talk about people that you was just in that situation not too long ago. It's like, I don't know. That's something that's weird to me, and that's just a weird thing, because I done been in situations where I was making a lot of money, and when women approach me like really really high style or whatever, I just have this level of, not too disrespectful, but a level of understanding where your frustration is coming from, mama. What's the problem? Okay, can you help me on Mondays and Tuesdays? I'll pay you. Because obviously, it's a financial problem. Or I'll talk to my supervisor. I'll see if I can get you hired on. I'm going to try to help you before I talk about you. I'm going to try to help you first before I sit up and talk about another woman that's in the situation that I once was in. And it's so sickening. That's the first thing these women want to do as soon as they get a little bit of money is call another bitch broke. When they sitting there still broke they goddamn self. Broke in they spirit, broke in they soul, and they fucking booty holes. Neck looser than a goose. Broken spiritually. Broke mentally. Broke physically. That's why they gotta talk about I finance broke bitch. Da 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 da. Cause everything else is broken. Everything else is broken in their own life. And they want things to be broken in your life. These people could have broke generational curses off of their own bloodline, but they didn't want to. They chose not to. Because they look at their parents, knowing their parents let them get molested, knowing their parents didn't protect them, knowing their parents was in and out of jail, knowing their parents was on drugs, doing all this stuff. But then it's like a sweep happens, right? And these parents know how to become functional addicts. They still smoke crack, but they got this big house now. They still, alcoholics, but they got 2 vehicles. It's like it's like a sweep happens where these demons learn how to keep their material things and still do devilish shit. Or shit that a normal crackhead would lose their house. A normal crackhead would lose. But how can they lose when they 7 people in the child? How can they, when they got 7, what if they got 7 kids and they selling all 7 of them? That's gonna keep the bills paid. That's gonna pay for they addictions. And they giving their daughter to the man with the drugs. They just learned how to be functional addicts. And then these children look and they say, well, my mama did wrong, my daddy did wrong, but look at how good they live, and they own their house, they got cars, They was able to do who they wanted, be what they wanted, go where they wanted to go, shopping and all this. And they say, so what's the point of cleaning up the bloodline? They didn't protect us. They didn't lead us to a better place. But they got a bank full. They got a bankroll though. They ain't broke. But they broke the family. They broke the bloodline. Just because they can keep the magic up and the witchcraft up don't mean they son gonna be able to keep these spells up and these curses up. Because who I'm speaking on, her mom is a certified dark witch. Certified. Everybody in the town know that this lady do voodoo. If you don't know, she would gladly, my mama friend, my mama was friends with her mom, and then me and her daughter was friends. If you didn't know that she did voodoo, she would tell you. She would tell you herself, bitch, don't make me go put this voodoo on your ass. Don't make me go put this witchcraft on your ass. And I was fine with the lady because, hey, I like raw, real. I like raw and real. Be raw and real with me, and baby, you got a friend in me. Can't you see it's our destiny? Boy, you got a friend. Now, I was at the time like 15, 16 years old. No, I don't approve of what she doing. Didn't know anything about witchcraft. Didn't know anything about, voodoo. But she did it in front of me one day, and she was doing it right in her kitchen, and she was doing it, and she was saying, this nigga ain't gonna get his hard for nobody but me. And she put a few things together, and then she put it in the freezer, and she said, his dick ain't gonna get hard for nobody but me. He ain't gonna want nobody but me sexually, da-da-da-da. And then she looked at me. She said, you want to do your? I said, no, ma'am. I don't know what you just did, but I said, no, ma'am. And I said, that don't agree with my spirit. And then my friend, we was at least 15, or was we grown? I don't know. But she came right in and did the same spell and said the man name and did the thing and said what she said and put it in the freezer. And I was just like, I had never seen that before in my life. But it did not agree with my spirit. I said, no. No, ma'am. No. What, baby? Can I use it? You want your blankie? Okay. I said, no, ma'am. No. These people, they've been tracking you and monitoring you ever since you was a child. Been putting roots on you ever since you was a child. I don't know. I never got no indications that the mother was doing roots on me or witchcraft on me, but I always suspected her ass. Her and her mama came to my house one time, and they wait till I'm gone. Like, I went to my auntie's house for the weekend. I come back home, I already know somebody been in my room. She took my earrings. So I called her, I'm like, you went in my room. I said, Ma, who came over here? Oh, Shalinda. I called her, I said, why'd you take my earrings? Oh, 'cause I needed them. Do I look like the store to you? You could have went to the hair store and bought you a pair of earrings. You could have went to Family Dollar and bought you a pair of earrings. Why would you come to my house in my room when I'm not there and take something of mine? That's the time I felt like she was doing something to me. Like trying to put something on me, but I didn't know what it was called. I didn't know what it was. And my mother being the black dark witch that she was, you don't have to tell these people to put curses and hexes on you. Just think for a minute. What child, what friend of your child's can come to your house while your child ain't there and go in their room? No, you sit and you wait in the living room. My daughter not home. You got to wait into the living room while me and your mama talk. You don't tell no child, yeah, you can go in my daughter's room. Oh, but my mama did. And she never would. She never should have made it. Oh yeah, you can go in my daughter's room. She gone. She's at her auntie house for the weekend. And then you go in there and steal. I say, I ain't even never seen you wear no earrings before. Why would you steal my earrings? Oh, 'cause I needed them. Yeah. Now I know what you needed them for. Keep these people out your life. I'm telling you. Do you hear me? Through your speakers. Keep these people out your life. Because they keeping up with what God has for you. And hurrying up and going before you. And trying to cancel out your legacy. Cancel out the plans that God has for your life. And put their own plans in motion for you. You know, you God calling you to do something, and you gonna do that thing that he's calling you to do. And these dark witches can't stop you. And they can't block you. If they did in the past, it's in the past. And that's what a past is gonna stay when it comes to blocking you. When it comes to stopping you. When it comes to monitoring you. To the next video. I care for you guys.